YouTube, hello and welcome to the stream. Welcome to part 19, the finale. Did you know that Garrus's voice actor plays 30 or more random male NPCs in Fallout 4? Huh. I don't think I did know that. Whoa. What's up, Dan? Also, YouTube, I got some cool news. But it's not really related to you, YouTube. But I got invited to be a part of the Twitch's Women's Guild yesterday. I'm very excited about that. And also, we're gonna be starting a Bloodborne after we beat Avowed. I'm officially a woman! I mean, literally, I got invited to Twitch's Women's Guild when I started my period. Truly could not have been more deigned to be.
What just happened?
Okay, so we're good. Yeah, last we left off, we were going through and Ianku showed up. Ianku was previously dream thralled in one of the other areas, and Marius essentially just got to say goodbye, which is really cool. And we're getting closer and closer to Sopadal. I wonder if we'll see Giada's parents moving forward, but let's get our gun-toting ways going.
Nicely done.
Ow. Thank you. I'm really excited. Last year I had put in the shit. Taki mushrooms? Didn't curse. Hello? No, it's okay. Cat could save, thank you. I really love that mushroom. It's a good mushroom.
Speed up.
I don't even remember what I was saying before I talked about shiitake mushrooms. Oh. Yeah, last we left off, we're going to go and see Sopadal. Ooh, Macfolk Orison 6. We have found a shim to replace the missing cameral of God function, and the shim we found is we. By forming choirs and cloisters in a cyclic network, we can pray to each other in a way which emulates the sacrament of prayer and prayback. In this way, we surrogate God function. We now live in a society. By the assurance of synthetic prayback, we may ease the discomfort of wandering from our pillars. We gather to raise towers upon which we sit our princes, who are the emanations which most ably emulate prayback. Of them we fashion a new cameral. Yet I feel debased and unwell. We have deviated from God function. We have abandoned the work of altering the world to suit it, and instead we have altered it to suit us. Some say we may now resume approaching God, so that we might divine how to resume God function. Some say we must never allow ourselves to contact God, lest we be punished for departing from God function. I have heard it said we must destroy God function so that it cannot assert prayback over our surrogate and shim. When I hear this, I strike at my skin to punish it for hearing. I kind of feel bad for the Magfolk, even though they completely destroyed and annihilated a culture. But, like, they were abandoned by the gods of Aora. very quickly after the fact. And it's kind of sad. Well, secrets. Yeah, Marius has to talk. Do I have anything to upgrade though? Sure do.
I came here to help you do whatever you're supposed to do with your god friend. Instead, I'm here talking to dead people.
The audio, I think, is low. Let me adjust that. Well, no, it's at 55, but I thought we had it... Yeah, I thought we had it kept at like a solid 60 for Avowed. Yeah. That must have been difficult.
It was, right. But it was easier than I thought it would be. Thanks to you, I think I was ready for something like this. I will say, it's not really what I expected when I started tracking you and Kai back in Paradise.
What? You didn't think you'd be talking to dead friends and confronting a slumbering god?
No.
What do you mean?
I was thinking more in terms of hunting for wild game and peeing on Kai to put the fires out. It's been a bit of a ride, Envoy. I feel like it's coming to an end. One way or another. I don't know. Maybe the unexpected isn't so bad after all. I never expected you and I would become friends.
He called us his friend.
Yeah. Quick note. If you tell any of the others I said that, I'll poison your drink.
He called us friends.
Anyway. If I must.
Yes. Sorry, time to take a photo with my best friend. Best friend?
Marius, dear.
Oh.
How are you feeling?
I'm alright. Good to see an old friend, you know?
It's saying goodbye, that's the hard part.
You can talk to us, Marius. That is, if you think talking will help.
Well, obviously it wasn't my favorite thing, but...
Grief is strange. You lose someone, and you carry around a little hole inside yourself till you die. Or maybe the same is true for the dead. Your friend obviously loved you.
How did we get on this topic? I thought we were talking about pancakes.
We leave. Alright, Giada, you're probably next, honey. I hope you're excited to see... Oh. Oh. This is... Yeah, we're back here again. Did I get the key? No key! Bummerge. Yeah, I went to... Did it say exit at previous location or exit here? Because I think I... exited at previous location, I guess. Not that big of a deal, but confusing. Yeah, because I was like all the way over here. Honestly, put me back down here, and then we'll see if that was... Oh, it was! Oh, wow. So there was like a shortcut that way, before. Okay. God. Y'all, I hope we see Avowed, speedruns at SGDQ, or GDQ in general.
No one was left to clean up the battlefield. Now it's just a tiny forgotten room.
Shake it off.
You hit me through the rock.
What am I
Whatever.
hitting? Where's my mark? Hey! Over here!
Oh. Right, there's the other one.
Give them just as good.
I kind of wish we... Ah! I kind of wish we fought more of the Mac folk, earlier in the game. If this is like the last bit, they're really tough enemies.
Come and get me!
Could have done it better.
Nice. Giada's actually like a really solid character to have with you after you've leveled up.
Charge it up. Little power goes a long way.
Huh. I guess my electricity wasn't as good there. Piece of candy. Ring of Amplification. Power attacks cause larger hit reactions. Heavy iron rings like this are generally used by Vanguard soldiers and shock troopers to break enemies' shield walls or heavily fortified positions. Though the benefits of these rings is clear to see when enemies are sent staggering, the effect sense of bravado they instill in their wearers often lead them to an early grave. No, we're gonna explore a little bit more.
Just a little spark. Charge it up.
Did we get that one?
I recognize this. It belongs to Tama.
You seeing this too? No. No, no.
This can't be.
I mean, let's go around. Because I kind of want to see if we can talk to Tama. Oh, shit.
This room. It looks just like Tama's. Tama. No. No. I dealt with this. We stood at his memorial together. What is this, Envoy? This is your God's prison, not mine.
Wodiga intended this place to trap a god's soul. Is this the snare your soul responds to?
Before we visited his memorial, yes. But I thought I'd broken free. I can't focus on his face. His features keep blurring, changing.
You didn't happen to take Aiko's special mushrooms, did you? What does that mean? What do you mean? Honestly, though, that Aiko specials... I'm gonna reload, but what is this?
As long as we're both seeing the floating islands and the ghostly
Okay.
tree, I can't blame this
I'm
on
like,
drugs.
there's no way I
Be
gave
honest,
Kai Dream
That would
Scourge.
be easier. I know it's him, but I don't recognize him as the Tama I knew. It's like he keeps changing in front of me. Does that make sense?
This is memory unchained from the moment every Tama that was or might have been. If he doesn't look like the Tama you remember, how do you remember him?
That's the problem. I can't picture him anymore. I used to remember his face so clearly from that night. His rigid jaw, the way his eyes crinkled at the corners. He was in pain, but trying to hide it.
Then what do you see when you look at this Tama?
I see everything. All his moments at once. Joy, sadness, anger, heartbreak, stomachache. Everything from the handful of years that I knew him and the decades before we'd met. He's almost a stranger.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. All this time I kept him frozen in his worst moment. When he was suffering and when I failed him. But now that I see him as more, it's like he's free of that.
And so are you.
You're right. I am. It's like you said. I'm not letting my regret define me. I won't make that mistake again.
Come a long way.
And we've got farther to go before this is over. I never thought I'd meet someone I respect the way I respected Tama. But you've made some tough calls, and you've kept your head and your heart in the right place. So whatever comes next, I'm with you until the end. Now let's go find this god of yours and end the Dream Scourge. When we reach them, what do you think we'll find? A victim? A villain?
Something in between.
I suspect you're right. Let's end this. I'll follow your lead, as always.
It's just, oh, okay. It's not like a lootable knife. Okay, but that's the right way, though. Let's go back towards electricity stuff. I think we opened those doors. Yeah. Giada! Macfolk Orson 7. Life is a prayer. I cannot approach God among the noisy company of the shimmed. Their false god function deludes them. All their labor now is divine onanism, and I do not think it can bear fruit. Great loops of false prayback now garrote their society, and every day those loops tighten. The exaltation of self-validation accelerates. As the shimmed improve their talent of falsifying prayback, they render every action holy and godlike, and begin to see any choice as an approach to God. They have even begun to seek the Godhead for themselves, whether through the synthesis of divinity or through emanation. Some seek to divide themselves into children. As souls are divided into children, others seek congress with the land in the manner of the tree, whether by prosthetic imitation or ritual. This I know is blasphemy. But they no longer know the way towards God from the way that departs from God. They have made themselves their own compass, and wherever they turn, the needle always points ahead. A great and rapturous chorus will overtake them once everything is holy. I have gone out into the godless land to seek God in the resumption of my purpose. Some trace of the insisted ones must remain. I will find it. If I cannot find it, I will wait until it finds me. The irony!
Stand back.
I'm gonna make a prediction. Am I going to stay above 10? Stay at or above 10 health potions by the end of the game? Yes. Tab. No. Submission period. 30 minutes. Oh. Damn. I can't put that much words. Well, I guess 10 health potions by the end of the game. Yes or no? I just wanted a little prediction. You can only have 45 words. It's kind of meh to me. I just feel like I should be able to have at least a full sentence. Ooh, I need Giada. No, 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 no. It's a lot of no's.
Just a little spark. Power goes a long way. Charge it up.
Wait, where's the last one? $200 in the vote of not 10 health potions by the end of the game.
Just a little spark. A little power goes a long way.
Alright, 78,000. Or wait, 78,000 would be like 78. Yeah, 78,000. So 7,800 for no. Another spear. Full combo attack deals high stun to nearby enemies. Greatly increases the distance traveled during a power attack. I'm sad that they didn't let us throw spears. Like that would have made it better to me. The wooden haft of the spear has decorative patterns burnt into its surface, detailing the arduous journey the vanguards of the godless people underwent to first find the living lands. These explorers faced harrowing trials to find new homeland for their people, but never did their spirit break even as their bodies failed them. This weapon was carried by the very first godless that set foot onto the living lands, and that singular moment of triumph and relief lives on in it forever. $14,769 for no. Got it. Perfect. What's up, Polar? How you doing today? Alright, I'm seeing it. I'm hearing it. Lots of faith. Yo, can I... Please let me do a game. Ay. I could have done that. Let me back up. How you doing today, Polar? Shoot. Doing well, just cooking dinner. Ooh. I will make this jump. I will find that it has nothing in it, and I will have my triumph. Alright. Triumph acquired.
Ready, aim.
Here we go. Nice.
The prediction is not slight at your gaming ability, it's just saying that you might drink a lot more than you would have otherwise needed to if you just had some advanced GG. Exactly! Gamers, if you ever want to cure your hydration, well, all you have to do is use !advanced GG to get an excellent deal on some awesome hydration. You get 10% off of your purchase with code MILDLY, and you can get access to the brand new flavor chocolate marshmallow, which honestly sounds pretty sick. I don't love chocolate, but I bet that'd be pretty good in some like hot cocoa or something. Ow. What hit me? I would be the skeleton. Okay, let's not do that. Alright, I've got a reputation to uphold and only 5 potions to use. What's up, Vine? How you doing? Ein, how's the PoE update?
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Have you tried out the new class? Also, if I'm gonna keep saying !advanced GG, I should probably make an alias for the advanced GG one just in case somebody actually types it like I actually type it. Or actually say it. AVVANCEDGG. Boom. Saved. Now, I don't have to worry about it. There we go. I believe that you're probably right, gamers. But see, all of my cooking, all up to this point. So then I can do it. So I can make this moment happen. Yeah, it's fun when I can pull off the Huntress's moves, but I'm not too far into the game on her yet. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, she just came out, right? But I'm glad you're enjoying her gameplay. The fact that you're having fun already with her speaks a lot to it as well. The right... Wait. Well, that's the right way. Oh, I got the sarcophagus key! Tight. Alright, well, let's go back around. Am I gonna just go all the way back? I really do want to know what's in the sarcophagus if I had to come all the way this way. I suppose I'll wait. But yeah, speaks a lot to the fluidity.
Just a little spark. Charge it up. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Or am I going mad?
It's your parents, darling. This book is penned with dark tree sap instead of ink, every stroke done with a slow, meticulous hand. Most of the pages contain sketches of the garden, unfamiliar animals, and even music in some ancient notation. Only on the final page contains legible writing. Forgive us.
What is the meaning of this? It can't be real. This is an illusion. A joke. Tell me we're both seeing the same thing.
What do you see?
The past coming back to haunt me. Why am I cursed to see this again? Why does the memory follow me wherever I go?
Sapra wanted us to find this, the only question is why.
They have a sick sense of humor. Whoever is responsible, I'm tired of the bullshit. Step forward and answer for yourself, coward.
Godlike of Sapadal, long have we awaited you.
Finally, you've come home.
This is almost as bad as Ringram's creepy sculptures.
Oh my gods. They're alive?
Talk to them, Giada.
How? Where would I even begin?
Giada Castell, welcome.
Wait, you know me? How do you know me?
For centuries, our whispers filled the silence. Then we heard your mother's call.
My mother? You hurt her?
Only 10 points in that.
She reached out to us, using the tool you now carry.
But that would have been years ago. The first time she used the phantasmal focus. The only time she used it.
We heard, and Sapadal answered, saying in a great voice, "We are here. You have found us."
But when Sapadal speaks, the living lands trembles. The voice of a god can be a terrible thing.
You're saying Sapadal was responsible for the lab accident.
No, this can't be. What exactly happened to my parents? Tell me, please. I need to know.
Sapadal wanted to be heard, and in so doing, twisted your family in body and soul, broke them into a more suitable shape.
Sapadal does not know the limits of their strength. Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made? Do you have any idea what my life has been since your little mistake?
After the incident, your parents were like us, and we took pity, so we helped them move on, as they wanted.
In the end, they thought only of you, their pride, and their love.
That's it. That's really it. The answer I've been searching for all these years. Sapadal destroyed my family.
So sorry, Giada. I had no idea about any of this.
I don't hold you responsible. I don't even know if I hold Sapadal responsible. Your god has the intelligence of a scatterbrained goat. But that isn't their fault. It's simply how they came into being.
You think they're telling the truth?
I know they are. My mother and father would not have wanted this. A good animancer embraces death. And they were the best.
What are these things?
We are companions, toys, diversions. Sapadal fashioned us out of dreams and memories.
I can't believe it never occurred to me. They're animats. Ancient vessels held together with duty and loyalty.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Their design is unusual. Organic, much like the garden itself. Sapadal's work. All this time, your god has been making imaginary friends. Drawing pictures on the walls of their cell.
Actually,
too sad to imagine.
I really don't know
One
what to
final
do
question,
final
Sis.
choice-wise. It really
What
just
is
depends.
this? Why are you trying to ruin my life again? Is this your way of haunting me? What is it you want?
That's 4 questions.
We want to apologize on Sapadal's behalf, and for the part we played in your sorrow.
They want to apologize. I came to the garden for answers, not to offer forgiveness.
Not the time, man! What do you... No! That's foul, Kai. Whoa. I trust you to make this decision yourself.
Shit. This is going to hurt. Sapadal has been trapped here for millennia. Alone. Confused. Screaming into the void for anyone who will listen. When they heard the voice of a stranger, they overreacted. How can I hold that against you? Apology accepted.
Wow.
Thank you, Giada. And thank you, Godlike, for bringing her all this way.
That's
The
kind
time
of...
has come for you to find your patron, as you were meant to.
It's kind of beautiful. What will happen to you?
Now that you have returned to the garden, Sapadal has everything they need.
That doesn't bode well.
We will fade, as all things fade.
But there's so much we could learn from you.
You have already learned more than we could ever teach. We know only growth and stillness, root and flower.
We will return to the soil from which we emerged. In time, you will do the same.
Sapodal clearly has a few things to get off the chest.
Even a god can learn to regret.
Sapodal wishes to be understood, as all mortals do. Seen, as all mortals are. What you see is the truth, glimpsed through their eyes, and they wish to share it.
I'm ready.
May the living lands receive you with open arms. Farewell.
Goodbye. We need to talk about this, but not here.
This feels like one of those times when getting answers doesn't mean getting closure.
Dang. I take it brings us back out over here, or... Charm of Bones. Summon a trio of skeletons to fight with you. Since it is comprised of very small bones affixed to a cord of sinew, this macabre necklace stinks of the grave. The noise created by the bones clicking together sounds like a gruesome chime, causing your hair to stand on end. This particular chime was lovingly crafted by a self-serving, hedonistic, death-godlike chanter who used his powers of beckoning the dead to unusual ends. As a master musician, he never found other living players to be at his level of skill, and so instead taught his undead minions how to play just as he did. Thus did he become the ringleader of his own vile marching band.
Incredible.
I should have brought my sketchbook.
Ow. Ow.
Next one's mine.
Who hit me? I see. I'm locking in, chat. I'm locking in. No, no, no. No priest.
I got this.
being poisoned.
Speed up. I was worried for a second.
Never worried. Chat, again, I know we're at the end of the game. There's really no point in me looting anymore. I cannot stop. I can't. I cannot physically stop. Looting is my middle name. This looks special. Mildly looting plays. Yeah. Doesn't flow off the tongue quite as well, so. Inevitability. Damaging a foe gives you 3% damage reduction for 8 seconds, 20% power attack damage to enemies with low health. Embedded into the heavy marble head of this hammer are symbols representing the wheel of reincarnation. This weapon was wielded by an indomitable high priest of Barath that made it their holy mission to destroy vessels of all kinds so that their souls may move on to their next lives, just as the gods intended. They knew that eventually all things would die and that even through undeath this fate could not be avoided, merely delayed. With this hammer, countless trapped souls were released from their corporeal prisons for another turn around the wheel. Neat. Looks cool, looks cool. The fact they give you unique weapons and stuff here is almost a guarantee there's a new game plus coming out. Ah, God, I hope so. Can you imagine using the Moonstrike throughout the whole game? Alright. Had to make sure. Literal into the beyond. Oh, I gotta loot all over again. An ancient memory. Should have drank a Red Bull, it gives you wings after all. Yes, but I do drink the better energy drink. Advanced GG.
We were here all the yesterdays before.
The air is alive. I have never felt essence like this.
Scorpion venom. Pain, then numbness. Paralyze, they said. We feel no spark of the Tibaris Sinakis in this place. We cannot see it through their eyes. We slumber here, alone.
You're here because the gods can't trust you not to destroy things.
Why would they not create with us? They took it all away.
I mean, that is the question, right? Is that they were just a new god. Like, no aid. Why don't you tell me what really happened?
A tide of souls thrown upon the wheel. The ground gives way. We fall. Now our memory is a wound reopened. They came suddenly. The stillness of night split by grinding steel.
They've been lurking in the woods, biding their time. Did they emerge from the sea? Couldn't you sense them before they arrived?
A chill in our spine. How could we name it? First, they blinded us. Shining eyes pierced the concealing dark. Then they burned. Smoke ensnared the moonlight. The Akita screamed.
Why target your people first? You were the greater threat.
A means to an end. We saw a terrible design in the roaring flames. They had carved a path to the temple. We were their true prey.
Advanced should make a flavor that negates fall damage. Yeah. Are they trying to sever the godless's connection to you?
Prune the branch, 3 grow in its place. We persisted, we were everywhere. How could they cull the wind? How could they trap the stars? Then, they turned to what the Akita had made. They toppled the statues. They set the libraries ablaze.
Burning books, raising art. This is how it always begins.
A mouth silenced. A record of time rendered in ruins. The Akita howled. They died. We cried out, sundered, soul by soul. We broke the earth, called down the storm, flung lightning from our hands. But they marched on. We grew tired. In fury, we exposed ourselves.
Magfolk whittled you down?
Weakened. They advanced on us. They struck. They raised machines. We tried to tear down the garden's walls. Then, nothing.
Time stopped, didn't it? It happened when I died, too.
Not death. Worse. A void. We reached out, but the machines held us in. We could not feel the new day's sun play in the shifting tide. The cities crumbled. We could not save them. We could not save ourselves.
No one gets to erase history, not even the gods.
Yet they did. A light snuffed out. We watched helplessly for aeons. Until you.
Damn ye wolf. If I hadn't died, you wouldn't have dragged me into this. I never let destiny define me. I'm not going to start to now. What would you do if I'd never come here? If I'd been born someone else?
A chill wind. Our branches shudder. We do not think of this. The wound numbs now. We watch as the river of time expands. In the silence of our prison, we find clarity. How many voices lost? How many saplings have we cut down? We sink into the endless night. Perhaps we should be here.
It's not true. You're here because the other gods are afraid of you. The gods may have been justified once, but this has gone on too long.
The sun shines hot and cold. We are not sure we understand.
You've served your time. At this point, all they want is to control you. This kind of punishment does not improve people. It only teaches fear.
A child scorned. Our roots have spread now. We are more than this. The soil stirs. We have a new memory of this place. You opened the final lock, entered the hidden glade. You listened. You stand at a cliff now. We watch your footsteps carefully. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
Oh, that's so sweet. I think we just, like, that was it. I think we helped them grow. I hope that pays off in the end. That was beautiful.
We've got company.
Oh, no, you don't.
I suppose it'd just be two of them, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
Shake it off.
Nope, 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 nope.
Looking so good.
Under my protection.
I won't let him through.
Speed up.
Try.
Faster, I say. Watch yourself. Couldn't have done it better. Who's next? Anyone?
Hey. Level 28. I could get more retribution. Screw it! Yeah, I want a bear. Hey, can I get that back? I don't have enough money. I'm broke. Just kidding. Alright, what does it look like if I summon the bear? Oh! Hey there, buddy. Alright. Wait. Three musketeers. I got 3 guns. Oh, I gotta go up here and grab the axe again. I guess we keep going on, but I really do want to talk to Giada. Again. Alright, time not to fall. I'm not gonna fall. She says not falling. Windwalker Ring. Slowly regenerate up to 50% of your maximum health. Legends about a powerful druid and watcher known only as the Windwalker. She is said to have possessed a singular mastery of the art of spirit shifting, able to assume not just one beastly form, but many, according to legend. She one day found herself wandering the strange, impossible landscape of the beyond. How long the Windwalker roamed this dreamlike plain is unknown, but upon her return she was forever changed. Their spirit shifts were thereafter suffused with a maelstrom of elemental power, though had warped monstrous appearances. Creating this ring was the Windwalker's first act once back in Aora. Her perception of the natural order had changed drastically because of her ordeal, and she became much more of a disciple of the hunt. Through ritualistic hunting and sacrificing of dozens of woodland creatures, she imbued this bone ring with their souls so that their vigor would live on and revitalize her when she was wounded. I missed Pool. What's up, Bunny? I hope you're having a good day. I was gonna do a free event with mini painting, but got postponed tomorrow because heavy raining. Very fair. We got some bad storms around the area ourselves right now. Did go out with Mom to buy some stuff. Nice! Okay, hold up. I mean... Bad storm scary. Sometimes, yeah. Hope you're all cozy and warm. I am. Imagine Kai turns out evil. I can't even begin to imagine it. Oh, no, wait. More loot! I'd cry for real. Me too. Windwalker boots. 10% dodge distance and dexterity. What do they look like? Actually kind of cool. I will be wearing these. Yeah, I kind of need the stamina. So I'll wear their aesthetic, but that's about as far as I'll go. Can watch some sci-fi movies with their... Ooh, I hope you enjoy. You're not able to hang out at the same time? Thanks for stopping by.
You take lead.
You're not gonna fight me.
They're coming.
No, you're just not gonna fight me yet, though. Okay, you are. Nope, I try to pay full attention to it, ADHD and stuff. I understand. Close to the edge. Not really a fan of that. Let's never do that again.
Not bad, envoy.
Well, we got 17 health potions. Doing pretty good.
This is the library from my dreams. It's real? Look at all these tablets. Actual written records. Oh, somebody pinch me. And there's even some wine to read with. Oh, whoever was here last, I would have gotten along well with them.
Was it the Magfolk Orison that we've been reading?
This
A Keaton tablet. Looks relatively new and half finished. There's some diagrams that imply the unintelligible text is about a ritual of some kind, but without being able to read a Keaton, that's all can be gleaned.
looks like the Akita building this place. And clearly they wanted their story preserved, no matter the cost. Garlowain's gonads. Look! It's even the same hearth from my dream. And that's the chair. It's the picture of coziness.
This place is steeped in fear and death. Let's be about our business. If dreams can be real now, we might need to keep an eye on our teeth. I'm gonna say that, but that's for me. That's for me. I have, like, consistent terrors about my teeth, and it sucks. It's like, and it's not that consistent, but it's been my whole life, man. So I gotta do that for me.
What it means to lose all your teeth in your dreams, right?
No.
Finally, you've arrived.
Whoa, whoa.
Ah, there it's balls. That took 10 years off my life. Wait. You must be the librarian from my dreams.
What does that mean?
Oh, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. Oh, though, you do look quite familiar.
Unpack that!
The resemblance is uncanny.
Yeah, that too.
It has been quite some time. Too many years to number. Of course. You are an ancestor? A very fashionable one at that. No, child. We are the keeper of these tablets. Or have you already forgotten? Oh, of course. I was you in a past life. Oh, I'm such a fool.
Oh, Barrett's wheel.
You lived with animancers, and yet the idea of awakening to your past lives never entered your mind.
Few can bear the mental and spiritual strain of an awakening. As often as not, it leads to madness.
Oh, darling, you know how I get around all the metaphysical talk.
That's why I'm here, remember?
I was the last of the Akita.
Oh.
Once the attack started, a few of us were charged with preserving as much of our history as we could. So, we retreated with as much as we could carry.
What's up, Axe?
The
Welcome in.
attacks? You must mean the Magfolk attacks. Yes, we've heard. Is that the reason for the bodies outside? Yes. Your monstrous gods, who bought their divinity with blood and the souls of their faithful. They tried to butcher every last one of us.
Seems like they succeeded.
They did in the end. But they didn't get exactly what they wished for. I made sure of that. But how did the Magfolk reach you in here? They didn't. Between the screams of my kin being slaughtered and the screeching of the Magfolk, I couldn't breathe. That's the screeching I heard in my dream, Envoy. I knew I recognized it when we killed that Magfolk. Once it was gone, there was nothing left. And perversely, I found the quiet worse. So I decided on another way. One that wouldn't give your gods the satisfaction. Poison? Well, at least you washed it down with some good wine.
Screams of the dying are a symphony that reminds us that there was once life. Quiet is far more oppressive.
Oh, you're just a barrel of fun, aren't you?
Look, man, I'm spooky.
Yardley, you know what you must do now. I abandoned my duty to protect our history, but you... Someone must tell the story of the Akita, and there is no one else. I'm already an expert. What more do you want me to do? Oh, think about it, Yardley. You have been training to be the new protector of this collection since childhood. I couldn't ask for a better successor. But that was your duty. I have my own dreams. Yardley, if you do not become the new librarian, there will be no other. The stories of the Akita will turn to dust, and my people, our people, will be forgotten. Just as the burned queen wanted all along, when she sent her magfolk to choke the life from us. This is all too much. What do you think, Envoy?
There isn't anyone else who can do this.
I'm already intrigued. You don't need to lay on the guilt, Envoy. I'm so glad that one of Sapadal's chosen stands with you, Yatsley. Our time is at an end, Yatsley. It's time for me to go. Wait! I've not even asked you any questions! Tell me about your marriage rites. And oh, did you mean for all your buildings to look so phallic? Unfortunately, my time is at an end. You must keep Yatsley alive. She is the last hope of the Akita. So this is goodbye. I wish we could have... No. I wish that all of you had a better ending.
Choose well, Yatsley. And good luck.
She's gone. Forgive me, Envoy, but we should get going. We can talk back in camp. Later.
We're all in this together. Completed all the companion moments in the garden.
She must have wanted to leave some evidence of herself here. I would want the same thing. Much as I want to look around, we need to find your god fast.
Alright. Excuse me. I'm really hoping there's another, like, camp thingy nearby. Number 8. Life is a prayer. My faith has been rewarded. God Function has sent me on... My faith has been rewarded. God Function has sent on to me a kith. A dwarf named Theodore who has awakened with me with Mogren's prayers. Theodore worships me, and in his prayer I see the reflection of payback. Once again I have purpose. Theodore tells me he comes from a settlement named Solace, and that in this settlement there once dwelt a dwarf named Nandru who received divine knowledge from no divinity. For the first time in my many multiples of task time, I think I can truly pray. I can fulfill God Function. I must go unto Solace and discover all traces of the insistent, and utterly extirpate whatever remains of them. Praise God Function. Seen a few streamers play this game, still don't know what's going on in it. That's fair. Because that leaves it all up to you to find out. Ain't that right, Axe?
Absolutely not.
I'm starting to think these people killed themselves off.
Charge it out. Just a little spark. Little power goes a long way.
Ow! I got hit by the trap in the back of the head. I'm mildly careful. There's a ledge. Oh dang, I didn't know that. I didn't notice.
Much as I want to look around,
Cool.
we need to find your god fast.
Absolutely not.
I'm starting to think these people killed themselves off.
Okay.
Just a little spark. Charge it out. A little power goes a long way.
seeing there's a treat down there. I need to get that. Brooch of Spreading Flame. Your fire damage has a 50% chance to jump to nearby enemies. This bronze brooch, set with a magnificent fire opal, is a beloved accessory for pyromancers everywhere. When its wearer channels fire magic, the gem glows with a brilliant light. The weak of will must exercise caution when wearing this brooch, as it drives lesser minds to commit increasingly more destructive acts of arson. Just like a little bit of arson. Okay. No freaking... 3 gravities in one stream? Nice. Well, you know, somebody designed those animations, chat. New high score? No. No, I think we got like 40 one stream. You're playing a platformer.
Charge it up. Absolutely.
I'm starting to think these people killed themselves off.
Just a little spark. A little power goes a long way. Just a little spark. Charge it up.
But to be fair, it's I don't think I've had that much gravities for a hot minute now. Here we go.
We survived. Somehow. Don't mind. I need to catch my breath.
Discovered all the party camps. Gravity sure comes at you fast, huh? It really does. I wish I kept track when I first started the counter.
There's always a weird sort of quiet on the eve of battle. I'm feeling that now. Seems like a good time to gather our thoughts and share a drink before whatever's coming.
Right. This seems like a perfect place to stop and relax.
Get out of here,
Though it's
Marius.
hard enough to tell what's real here without a belly full of drink.
Sounds like you're nervous, dearie.
I'm feeling all kinds of ways. Anxious, excited, scared, hungry.
I feel it as well. It is only mortal to feel overwhelmed in the presence of the immortal.
Are you gonna be alright, Kai?
Oh, you don't have to worry about me. Getting to see that vision of Tama did me good. Like, I finally let go of something I'd been holding too long. Now that we're here, I'm eager to see this through. Nothing worse than holding your breath and waiting.
I'm glad to have you with me, Kai.
Same. I'd rather have good company in a prison than paradise alone.
How about you, Marius?
I had a feeling you might ask me that. I'm not sure I've really worked through what I've seen here, but I am grateful for the chance to see Yonku again. I feel like we're almost done with all of this, but we are in the weirdest place in the world, so who knows? I'm completely baffled, but when haven't I been lately? Being afraid doesn't even feel scary anymore.
Are you doing okay, Giada?
I think so. The garden is so much more than I expected. Full of contradictions. Wild, yet serene.
I love these companions.
Truthfully, I didn't come all this way searching for my own answers. But I found them. Or perhaps they found me. And now, it's like there's a new path laid out before me. A life after the dream scourge. We're close to something. A threshold between calm and crisis. Conflict and peace. Life and death.
I feel it. I'm glad I'm not alone.
So am I. None of us could have gotten this far on our own.
What about you, Yatsley?
Well, I won't lie to you, Envoy. A lot's happened. It's not every day that you learn that you're the last hope to carry on a legacy, but... well, here we are. Never literally talked to myself before either. I think I annoyed her. Me? Oh, I think I need another drink. But here we are. I just need a moment to take it all in.
Take all the time you need. Ah, nope. Phrasing!
Glad to see I've rubbed off on you, Envoy. And I wouldn't worry. Our little group here is perfectly frightening, and I'm sure our enemies would agree. We'll be fine. I can't speak for anyone else, though.
You've listened to all of us. How about you? You've been through a lot since you arrived. You've been shipwrecked and assassinated, harangued by gods, bureaucrats, and a death guard. You've had your soul poked, your loyalties questioned, and your sleep regularly interrupted by a god with no respect for privacy. And yet you've kept yourself and all of us together. How are you really doing?
Truth is, I'm terrified. Better than I thought. Ask me again when this is over. I can't examine my feelings right now. Say the truth is, I'm terrified.
Under the circumstances, that's entirely reasonable.
Join the club.
I'd been more concerned if you weren't scared. Did you think we'd judge you for that?
Maybe. Oh! I'm usually the one who has to stay calm in these situations. The thought crossed my mind. No, you've all been very understanding. Sure, I hold myself to a high standard, and it feels like I'm falling short.
I know that feeling. I hate it.
None of us thought this would be easy. For you, most of all. We've survived our own hardships. Now we'll survive yours.
I'm gonna cry.
When we first met, I didn't think you'd last long. But then I saw how you handled that dream thrall bear. Shook off your own death like a bad cold. And then you confronted your own killer and let him go. It takes a special kind of strength to stay your hand in a moment like that.
I didn't know much about you at that point. You were traveling with Kai and you died, which I thought made a lot of sense.
I remember your calm. How you listened to my shouting match with the governor and actually heard me. You saved my city and gave me a home. A sanctuary where I could be myself. I'll never forget that.
You were my hero right away. You rescued me from those sporlings. You got my priceless vase. What more could a girl ask for?
And now look at you. Look at us. How far we've come in a short time.
Five oddballs on a mission to confront a god. What could go wrong?
Quite a lot, as it turns out. but the journey is worth it.
Not to raise the sails before the anchor, but we left trouble in our wake. Fjord, Thirdborn, Solace. If we make it out of here, it won't be to a living lands suddenly at peace.
Just this once, could we forget about the rest of the living lands? Some of us could use a break.
So that doesn't mean it's Giada's scary story time, does it?
I thought my stories were insightful.
If we can't take a moment to ourselves on a floating island outside reality, then I don't know where we can.
Everyone gets some rest. We could all use it.
Right. We could all use some beauty rest. We'll want to look our best on the battlefield, won't we?
You got it, Yahtzee.
Before we turn in for the night, I'd like a word in private. Nothing serious, just planning out the rest of my life.
Fair enough.
Well, my friends.
Hey, Radrewski! I did not hear the alert go off, so that's on me. But thank you for the follow. Where, oh, where is it? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What would make it to where I could hear that again? I don't know. That is a future Caitlin problem, not a current one. We're back. Okay. Giada, what do you want to talk about?
All this time, I thought my parents died in a freak accident. An experiment gone awry. A mistake. And in a way, they did. But it wasn't their mistake. It was Sapodal's.
You were generous to forgive them.
Generous? Perhaps. Until I knew the whole story, there was never anyone to blame. This whole experience has me considering my family's work in a different light. Look at what my mother accomplished. Armed with her research and her wits, she found a god. When you speak to a god, it's nothing. Barely a reflex. But for the rest of us, it's unimaginable. No Animancer can live up to that. Certainly not me. I thought their legacy was a curse, and I could only break it by completing their work. I was wrong.
Don't sell yourself short. You can still do incredible things.
Of course I can. But now, I can do them for the right reasons. One thing is certain. When it comes to animancy, I need to unlearn some of my old assumptions. I wanted to tame the spirit of the living lands. Now, there's so much about it I don't understand. And it's creepy, but wonderful.
Could you still use animancy to help the living lands? I wonder if Sapodal would be willing to assist you.
They probably won't even notice me. But stranger things have happened. I believe
being
the
friend with
power
their
flowing out of the
godlike
garden
probably will
drove this
help.
island mad. That has to end. Through animancy, we could help the living lands recover. It would take a lifetime, maybe more, but that's a small price to pay. Then again, who am I to interfere with an ecosystem that I barely understand? On the other hand, half the fun of animancy is stirring the pot and getting into trouble. I think I know what I want, but there are too many variables to consider. What do you think?
I trust you to make the right choice for yourself.
Of course you trust me. I'm brilliant. But we've been together long enough that I value your opinion.
Once your exile is lifted, you should return to the Animancers in Fjord Messiverna. Yeah.
You really think that could work?
I mean,
I burned a lot of bridges on my way out.
it's just the one guy. The Animancers adored you, respected you. They're your community.
I suppose they are.
Plus,
And
also,
I
it's
wouldn't
just
be
one
coming
politician
back
guy.
empty-handed. Think of the lectures I could give, the stories I could tell. That settles it. I can't believe I'm saying this, but once all of this is done, I'm going home. To think that I left in disgrace and I'm coming back an example to others.
That's the best kind of example.
Hey, you helped me through a very difficult time. I just wanted to say thank you.
Good for you. Even with all you've been through, there's nothing like going home. Hey, Giada. How are you holding up after seeing those, plant people?
Well, I've seen things not intended for mortal eyes, and uncovered the dark truth of my family's downfall. But here I am. And how are you?
Don't worry about me. I just want to know how you're feeling.
I'm complicated. But at least I know what happened to my parents.
Knowing's one thing. Feeling okay about it's another.
Yes, that part could take a while.
As long as it doesn't turn into a ghost story. I'm here if you need to talk.
We're talking right now.
It won't be easy, but you have to let yourself feel it. All of it. Even the parts that hurt, like a blessed saltfly bite.
Just be kind to yourself, dearie.
I don't know what to say, except I'm grateful to know each of you.
Oh, Envoy. Have you recovered yet from our chat in the library? I don't think I have yet, but maybe talking it out will help.
Search inside yourself and you're sure to find the answer.
A pretty sentiment, Envoy. I would appreciate something actually helpful. It's just... we already have a lot to take care of, don't we? We have a god and an empire, both vying for our attention, and now I have this legacy forced on me. I was already unsure what to do, and now a third option appears like the world's worst surprise. But... it makes sense. My whole life has been about the godless in one way or another. It explains why I knew the language, why I felt so drawn to the ruins.
At least the mystery of your dream has been solved.
It's not an answer I would have expected, but it's an answer. And now that I know, I kind of thought, well, honestly, I feel more... full. Like a puzzle piece sliding right back into place. No matter what happens, even if my path doesn't lead to the library, I feel better than I have in ages.
Glad you could get your answer, no matter what happens next.
So am I. I think... for the first time in my life, I don't know what to do.
Congratulations, Yardsley. Now you're just like the rest of us.
No matter what, I've always known exactly what I want. But this is the first time I've had more options than time in the day. What do you think?
It's your life. You know your best desires better than I do.
I ask because I want your advice, Envoy. Please. What do you think?
Your whole life has been about the godless. You can't stop now.
You're right. The Akira have been with me my whole life, in one way or another. I owe it to them and myself to see it through to the end. Thank you, Envoy. I've been agonizing over this for longer than I want to admit. Finally picking a destination makes the journey a lot easier. Oh, but I am not looking forward to telling Quilici.
He'll understand. Your happiness and fulfillment are everything to him.
Well, come on. We've bigger things to deal with. Literally, in Sapadal's case. Much as I'm loath to relinquish the spotlight, we should be off. And Envoy, thank you, truly. Now, let's go.
So those green people in the garden, Those weren't your parents?
No. They were Sapadal's dreams given life. Ancient sentinels bound by loyalty.
And they were plants because...
Sapadal's a plate
Because
god.
that's all Sapadal knew how to make. A smithy smiths. A baker bakes. A gardener gardens.
Right, I understand.
It's all right if you don't.
Good, because I really don't.
Damn, no Atrabon for me. Oh, I could upgrade, but I'm broke. Damn it. Damn it.
You know, I had a lovely chat with Marius.
Then you must be bringing out the best in him.
Clearly. Well, during the course of our talk, your name came up.
Let me guess.
Kai's been raiding my snacks. Or Kai's one handsome, fresh-smelling bastard.
Which reminded me of that delightful story you told me the other day. And, well, I just had to share.
That one's not really a Marius story.
Strangely enough, Marius had no idea what I was speaking of. He thinks you may have fibbed. Which is ridiculous. You know better than to fib to me, don't you, dearie?
I may have embellished a little, but the important parts are true.
Because, of course, we do see each other all the time, and often in such vulnerable positions. So next time I ask you for a story, it will be juicy and accurate, won't it?
Sure.
Good boy.
If we make it out of this place, we'll have stories to tell. Wonder if anyone will believe them.
How do I prepare for what's ahead?
I barely plan further than the next meal, and you're asking me?
Oh.
I'm not trying to brush you off. You just surprised me.
Then tell me what you do.
I don't know, Envoy. I just try to take...
I already listened to this.
But I think... That's a better way of putting it. You know what all of us think. Ultimately, you're my advice. Don't forget that but look at it this way. And I'd try to get some rest.
Oh, man. I think I take Giada with me here. I want to open up that sarcophagus. But at the exact same time, I don't. So, gamers, do me a favor. Unclench your jaw, relax your shoulders. Go use the restroom if you got it. I'm going to run a quick little ad break. And be right back. We're back, YouTube. Alright. Let's make our way through this before the thing that could happen due to the weather could happen that I'm not even gonna say because knock on wood. Whew. Let's keep going. Magfolk Orison 4. I hate this lost fallen form. I hate its feet. I hate its hands. I hate its calves. I hate its thighs. I hate its empty loins. I hate its solid belly. I hate its metal chest. I hate its clumsy arms. I hate its upturned begging face. I do not want to be this kind of thing I am. Life is a prayer. To resent the will of God function in our design is to withdraw from God. I penalize myself with blows to the belly and the soles of my feet. I is the word for this emanation of God function. We is the word for all the emanations of God function assigned to this task. But the task is done. There is no more pray back. What do we do now? What do I do now? If I cannot do, what can I even be?
Sapadal's prison, I think. What else could it be? Time to shut it down forever.
Let's look around. There's got to be a mechanism somewhere around here.
Or I could just shoot it, right? Shooting's always an option.
Seen, unheard.
Next one's mine.
That's another emote. That I think needs to change the code word. What's good, y'all? What's up, Don? How you doing today? We're gonna be beating Avowed today.
Couldn't have done it better.
End of an era. I know.
That's done? Who's hungry?
Okay. I didn't know if the bear came back. I'm good, just cooking dinner. Ooh, what you cooking? Like cook. There's gotta be something, right? I sense it in my bones. Trying to make enchiladas for the first time? Not too bad so far? Heck yeah! I made some, well, I didn't make it, but Gary showed me how to make some pastina for the first time today. Shit. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Oh, I mean, at least the thing is there. Oh, pristine magfolk. Can't get me though up here, right?
it off.
Can you imagine if I was down there fighting that thing? Not me. Not me.
Another win, but who's counting?
Severed Magfolk arm. Huh. My ankle. No, I never did end up seeing where to turn this side of it off. Oh well. We got what we needed. Good morning, Botch. Welcome in. You popped in just in time to see the end of Avowed. What are we switching to? Afterwards,
Careful with that
we
thing. It's a mind of its own.
have
I'm
to
rooting for the skeletons.
we have to swap to. Are they gonna fight each other? Oh my god. What's going on? Afterwards, we have to switch to AFK Journey, for the sponsorship stuff, and then tomorrow we're gonna be playing Bloodborne. Who do we think is gonna win? The spiders or all of the others? First play of Bloodborne? It is. I've tried Bloodborne a few times, but never, I don't think I ever got to the first boss even. Yeah, I'm excited. I've been told I'm really gonna like it because I play those games pretty aggressively. Is it dead? Nope. So hyped for Bloodborne. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing it Sunday and Monday. And we're gonna be playing Repo with Eldon solo on Tuesday. The vibes of Bloodborne are immaculate. I honestly could not imagine a better time for me to play Bloodborne than being on my period and also the fact that essentially its spiritual successor with the Dustbloods just got announced. Couldn't be better. It couldn't be better. Also, some pretty cool news. I got invited to the Twitch Women's Guild. So it's just a really cool feeling. Feels like I'm kind of beating womanhood at the moment. Very cool. Ooh, CH? I don't know what that means.
So, this is how you imprison a god.
Keep your guard up.
Don't take notes.
We gotta live to tell this tale.
Oh, I mean congratulations. Aw, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's honestly such a cool feeling. I applied for it last year and I didn't get it, and I was a little bummed about it. And this year, I was in Livestream last night and I dropped the news for the first time there. I'm just gonna let them get to work because defeating 2 pristine mag folk, especially when the other one I fought from the top of a roof, didn't go exactly as well as I wanted it to. Or it just might not go as well as I want it to. So I'm just gonna let them, you guys keep doing a good job. They're getting closer and closer. Do you think I'm gonna have to deal with that? Or maybe I can wait? No, it's giving not. Okay. Let's summon a bear. Let's boost my, speed. Let's give ourselves a shield. Let's make Kai stronger. Let's improve our speed again.
Let's see what you got. Make way.
Thank God for Kai. Ooh, where did it go? Where did it go? Okay. I don't like that the pristine ones just teleport. I'm like, hello? I need... Alright, we still have plenty of health potions. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just gonna drink my... I'm just gonna drink like a ton of food. You know, 5-course meal. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of final boss moment, so.
I can't. Watch your right. Back on my.
Alright, it begins. Potions are getting drank. There's 14,000 channel points on the line.
Speed up. Gather round. Under my protection. Never had a chance.
I got her. What's the target? What am I hitting?
Ah! That thing, that thing, that thing. There we go. Where'd he go?
My turn. It burns and burns.
Is that another one? Whoa, whoa, you're gonna start fighting me now? Uncool. Uncool. Hey, our man's calling. One
That
second,
was a
gamers.
close one.
Hi, honey. And we're back, YouTube. Why am I looting? Why am I looting? I don't need to loot. Stop looting. I can't. I need to stop looting. Can't. Must pick up everything. I have a problem. That's upgrade material. I can't leave it behind. Okay. One more time. Drink my stuff. This is it. Oh! Third person. Good thing I look good. Should have saved. I'm turning it up a little bit more.
You have come at last, after so long. You are so small. We questioned if you were real. Then steps, a voice. Through armies and corrupted soil, you persevered. Now, you are here.
Despite the best efforts of other gods.
They choked our light, clipped our wings, pinned our hands. We felt only the bars, the shackles. They did not explain. We wish it could have been different. We only wanted connection. But the other gods imprisoned us, left us to suffer alone in this place. But you are here now. You found us, a sprout in the endless winter. There is little time. We would be freed from these bonds. The Strangler is close now. We feel her wire against our flesh.
You mean Wodica?
She begs for our blood. Her wolves defile the city on the shore.
Wait, is something happening in Paradise?
Blood on the tile. The people's cries ring in our ears. She pierces us now. Now, we will not brook this. Not again. A spark. Wait. The essence bends here. Time flows into itself. You can reach her. Will the garden to open, it will take you there.
Ah, chick that powerful always has a cost.
A mountain of essence. We strain, but it will move for you. We were everything. What have we lost? What multitudes could we contain? We could run, leap in the water, flourish in forgotten hills.
You need to talk about what you did, Sapadal.
We must. We shall. We have been thinking of this. We mourn our past. We only seek peace now. A chance to regrow.
I will set you free. I promise.
We trust you. You who have been by our side for so long. You met death, and you offered your hand.
Equals was fighting with something bigger than me.
You taught us mercy. Always mercy. We saw how you would fight for those who could not. Give us peace. We want a chance to change. We deserve that opportunity.
If you can promise, you will be better.
Do you think we have learned nothing from you? We deserve more than this prison. Let us have a chance to rest. We want peace. Or do you have no more mercy for us than you did for the bear?
What are you talking about?
The beautiful thing you killed. Already you have forgotten.
It had the dream scourge. Don't play this game.
We asked what you would do with an animal that sickened after a fight. Do you remember what you said?
I said I wasn't here to deal in riddles. I'm still not.
The time has come for you to act. End our pain, and the dream scourge will cease. Give us peace. It is all we have wanted for so long.
I hope there's a reply option to say, now, there's no reason to lose your head here. Stop it all here. I'll free you. Just show me how.
Center your thoughts. Reach for us. Clear the fog. Tear down the gates. We were so blind, so lost. We brought.
She's trying to pull out
such
receipts on you,
horrors
and
to
yeah,
this
and I'm
place.
like, I don't got time for riddles.
We feel
End the blight.
right. We had forgotten what it is to live. We will grow, tend, flower. We will always remember this. We will remember you when you are ash and soil and mulch.
Unleashes the power of Sopadal to lift all nearby enemies into the air and slam them down, dealing high damage. Oh my god, we've done it! It's better have ended that plague, god damn it. It was just an infant god, though. It didn't deserve it. When you look at like the Pillars of Eternity games, like Wodaka, Aethys, like all of the other like main pantheon gods truly have no right to be angry, especially when they themselves would destroy Aora for their own causes and pursuit. I'm like, what the hell is that? It's the portal to Fable 3. That's funny. Oh my god, the new Fable game? They gave us early access? That's pretty cool.
Andra's depths.
It's paradise. But what happened here?
Gods, I can't believe this.
Alternatively, there's a Doctor Strange on your team now.
Should get down there quickly. Make sure we don't miss any of the fun.
Are we back in Dawnshore? Already?
This is Sapadal's doing. I'm certain of it. No power in Aora could transport us so quickly, or so far.
Sure to thank them when I get the chance.
We'll have time for that later. Assuming there is a later.
We'll be fine.
Are you seeing this? I don't think Paradise looked like this when we left it.
Looks like the war already started, and the giant roots are winning.
Marius, vines don't usually get that big this quickly, do they?
Based on their growth and size, I'd say we've been gone 2 or 3 weeks.
Time flowed quicker in the garden. Giada was right.
For once, I wish I wasn't.
That's pretty bad.
Who knows if the garden affected time, or merely our perception of time? Assuming there's even a difference.
It's like how a body fights an infection. The fever gives you strange dreams that feel like an eternity.
Look at this place.
Like a pillar of eternity?
Feels like we're still in the dream. And not just us. Those are more your people's ships in the harbor. And steel garrote banners past the barricades. That can't be good.
Even Reingrim is here. Perhaps we'll get to see an Archmage in action.
I think I see Elia as well. What a strange reunion this will be.
The Blessed Wardens are here too. That conflict we've been trying so hard to prevent started without us.
Pastor Hilgard must know something about this.
If he didn't start this himself.
If Hilgard started this,
Steel
I'm killing
Garrote
him.
have been itching for a fight this whole time. This would have happened with or without us.
I'm literally
Before
the
we go,
boss.
What happened back there with the Dream Scourge and Sapadal?
Freed Sapadal from their prison. The Dream Scourge is over.
I'm not sure. That's good, right?
It's a relief that the Dream Scourge won't be a problem. I only hope we can say the same about Sapadal. Time will tell, I suppose.
After all this time, they're free. And the living land is free to heal.
We've cured the land, and we've even freed a caged god. All in all, rather a successful day.
Not too bad. Maybe they'll help us in return.
Kid and God entwine. The flower shades the soil in which it grows.
We should take a look. See if we can get ahead of whatever storm is brewing down there.
People seem to be gathering west of here. Whatever's happening, let's be a part of it.
Okay. Giada and Marius have something to say.
Sansa, how did you make it out here? Guy, they marched in with no warning. I couldn't think. I just ran.
Easy. You're here now. Where did they come from?
Envoy, what does the Garrote think they're doing?
Whatever it takes to show Paradise they're in charge.
What's the point of exploring if you just want to plant your flag everywhere?
Is everything at the Emporium all right?
They broke some glass, but the map is safe. They didn't think I was worth the trouble.
Right now, that's a good thing.
If you're looking for survivors, a few of us fled to the Balrog.
How many?
I'm not sure. I saw Sapiento. Gods, I hope they're not trapped in there. I am sorry I can't be more help.
You've done enough. You can thank me in your next book. How does that sound?
On the very first page.
We should move. Let's hope the Garrote hasn't made it to the Balrog yet.
Envoy, wait! Before you go, I may have something for you. I took some supplies when I ran. If you think they'll help, they're yours.
Let's go.
I'll even give you a discount. You know, for saving the city and everything.
Can't hurt to look. What do you got? Actually, you're gonna buy all of my stuff. Speak with the leaders of the living lands. Okay. Who's next? I think it's probably Yatsley up there.
Snow? Why is there snow here?
That's gotta be Ringgrim's work. I heard she made it snow in Shatterscar.
A familiar face. We meet again, Envoy. Paradise burns, thanks to Ludwine and the Steel Garrote laying siege to it. But the Dream Scourge is gone.
Oh, I killed Ludwine at Mount Forja.
It wouldn't be the first time she's come back.
It's remarkable how hard you mortals fight for causes that'll be forgotten within centuries. Still, I do think the world has been irrevocably, if minimally, changed by your actions.
Minimally? I'm not sure I follow.
Envoy, please. You know there's no point lying to me.
Not lying.
I'm here because I'm curious about what you'll do in this moment.
I've only minimally changed the world?
Empires die, legends are forgotten. Sorry, but you mortals truly are inconsequential in the long run.
Dream Scourge is gone at least, right?
It is indeed. I'll admit, I almost miss it. The mystery, the days of research. Now we're back to simple mortal drama.
Read Soppadal, that's incredibly world-changing.
Perhaps. A new god being set loose on the world is certain to have consequences. Mostly, I'm curious about whether you think you've made the right choice.
The past is behind us. What matters is what we do now.
Not thinking about one's choices is still a choice. I wonder if you will have more hindsight with what happens next. I am interested in seeing the outcome of your story, Envoy. With luck, it won't end with you also on fire.
I hope it ends in a long nap after some excellent food.
Mortal comforts are so very adorable. All you desire are your base needs lavishly fulfilled. Goodbye, Envoy. And Yardsley, I do look forward to when all of this is done. I am eager to work with you.
Oh, yes. We'll, discuss that later.
Okay, that was them. Conclave camp. What are we looking at? Maybe... forward? Question mark?
What happens in Donshore?
Ah, Grigor.
Across the living lands. Oh, Envoy. How good to see you here as we stand together at the brink of this historic event. I don't know if thank you is precisely what I want to say, but I am grateful to you for bringing Dolna's theft to light. Paradise burns from the torches of the Steel Garrote. The people of the living lands stand ready to defend their home.
Will you be recording today's events for the archives?
Yes. What happens in Paradise now will decide the fate of the Parkrunen after all.
What's the plan if Paradise falls?
We will find a way to persevere. We Parkrunen have a gift for surviving inhospitable conditions, and always have. Whatever the outcome of the upcoming battle, do not forget us. I fear that more than our deaths. If Adir and the Steel Garrote have their way, they'll strip the history books of any mention of our culture and our ways. Future generations will only ever know us as an appendage of the Empire. I hope it doesn't come to that.
Even if Adir triumphs, I will ensure our historians do their duty.
It is all I can ask for. That's as much as I'll say. You have a role in deciding what happens next.
Again, Adir?
Do the right thing, Envoy.
I'm the boss.
Let history remember you.
Emperor,
for the correct
you better be
reasons.
cool. I've been kind of playing the like I'm the cool side of like Adir, so like you better be cool, Adir. That's all I'm saying.
Beata, where have you been?
Where haven't I been? I journeyed to the heart of the living lands, where time held its breath, and dreams had more substance than reality.
May I see it?
Maybe.
Not if you value your life.
Envoy, I knew you'd show up eventually.
How is Emerald Stair? More importantly, how are you?
Thriving on both counts, I'm happy to report. My revenants were just getting comfortable in Thirdborn when the Steel Garrote stepped out of line. When I heard tensions were brewing, I thought to myself, this is a job for the undead. So I gathered the flock.
Good thinking. Nice to see you, Elia.
Likewise. I'll keep them on a tight leash, just in case the Steel Garrote breach our defenses. Better to have them and not need them. Oh, and I've been meaning to thank you. Whatever you did in the garden seems to have worked. Emerald Stair is healing, believe it or not. Once this is over, our crops will flourish like never before.
Now we just need to keep the living lands from descending into war.
Easier said than done, I suppose. Best of luck out there. And don't worry about a thing. My flock will keep us safe and secure.
Cool.
Thank you, Elia. My compliments to the flock, as always.
I wasn't worried until she said that. Let's get out of here.
We know you. Did you help us? We must have seen you in a dream. We see clearly now. The clouds part and the sun shines. Was this you?
Fidelio?
We held them off in Fjord. We can hold them off here, too.
Okay. I don't know if they're cured or not, to be honest.
How's Casagrada?
As prepared as he'll ever be.
If anyone knows how to deal with those damned roots, it's us.
I can do this. I have to do this.
Okay. We spoke to Yatsli, Marius, Kais. I think we just keep going.
The envoy. Is that you?
Warden Redoute. And is that Amalia? That's good.
Envoy, how
That's
did you...
really good.
I don't know.
It's great to see you again, but where the fuck did you come from?
Portal.
You just appeared out of nowhere.
Portal. Never mind that. I'm guessing you two worked everything out between you. Never mind that. It's good to see you both outside the tusks. Yeah.
Likewise, Envoy.
It's good to be here, I have to admit. I never thought I'd actually see the world beyond our gates.
That's not important right now, Redoute.
Right. Forgive me, Envoy. I won't keep you long. I just want to make one request while you're here. As much as you can, be good to the living lands.
I promise you, I'll do what's best for the living lands.
I'm holding you to your word, Envoy. Don't fuck us over.
I love you, Amalia. Oh, I love you, Amalia.
When we strike as Pargrunen, we strike as one.
Hey, Petru.
Do not allow your differences to blind you to the real threat.
All right. Is that Tawe?
I don't want to go to Yezwa. Sure will miss that oasis, though.
Oh, shoot. I thought everybody died. I? Set up a party camp. Gonna listen to my buddies talk. Alright, upgrade my gear though. Last upgrades. We gotta do Carrick's Pride. It's been the gun that's been with us the whole time, chat. Alright, Marius?
There you are, Envoy. You ready for this?
As I'll ever be.
Understood. Same here. I guess it
I know
helps
we've
we
been
have a
popping
god on
achievements
our
left
side,
and
right?
right.
I mean, a god beats a skeleton knight any day. This is just cleanup. Just figuring out who controls the living lands from here out.
Right. It's just politics.
Someone once told me that war is just applied politics. Never really understood what that meant. Anyway, you should get some rest. Oh, if you need to rehearse any speeches or whatever, make sure you do it in front of someone else.
You want to hear my speeches?
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I'd just rather not.
Mean.
Talk to you later, Envoy.
So, here we are. The first and last battle for the living lands.
After what we've been through, this feels like a formality.
You feel it too? I'm glad it's not just me. Metaphysically, the battle is already over. Sapadal is free, and the Dream Scourge is gone. But politically, we have a small mess to tidy up.
We have unfinished business with the Steel Garrote.
I intend to send a message to the Steel Garrote, and it won't be subtle. Anyway, who knows what tomorrow will bring, so let's be grateful for today. You've earned a little peace of mind.
I'd settle for one dreamless night under the stars.
Get some rest then. Let me take the first watch. Besides,
That's how
I
I
need to
feel
tinker on the
sometimes when my
phantasmal
roommates are talking
focus.
about their new
Make sure
screenplay
it's
they're
ready
writing. It's
for
not that I
war.
don't want to hear about it.
Don't
It's
stay
just
up too
I'd rather
late.
not. Oh, yeah, let's talk about the Battle for Paradise.
You know me.
Oh, never mind then.
Not before I've done some reading.
Oh, we still have one more.
We should take a moment to acknowledge what happened back there. You liberated the god of the living lands. Now they are unchained, free to do whatever they want. I thought you intended to destroy them, but you are as unpredictable as ever. That's quite a gamble you made.
Keeping Sapadal trapped wasn't good for the island.
No doubt it would have gotten worse over time. If not for you, Sapadal would still be pacing their cage like a wild animal. Which means you have leverage over a god. How do you plan on using it?
I don't think about my relationship with Sapadal that way.
You're probably better off then. Sapadal's imprisonment shaped this island. Now that everything's changed, I'm curious what will happen. We cannot know if the living lands will normalize or destabilize as a result of our actions.
Ooh. Looks like Aaron's in the middle of a big storm. Alright, we gotta keep going. Either way, things could not continue as they have.
For better or worse, change is inevitable.
Honestly,
Maybe you'll find some comfort in
Oh,
prayer.
we gotta go.
Now that one of the gods is listening. I hope you don't mind me bringing it up. The subject matter is a bit much for our little camp.
For you, anything. One of these days, I want to hear more about your adventures.
Just be careful what you wish for. I want you to know this has been an unforgettable experience. Wherever we go from here, I'm grateful to have been a part of it. Until next time. You too.
Nothing from you, though?
I'll keep watch. Get all the rest you need.
Ah! Okay. Ah! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Mungar?
Envoy, didn't think I'd be seeing you again. From one battlefield to another, eh? Dream thralls and now this. Ludwig's a loose cannon, and the steel garrote don't answer to anyone but her.
You good?
This place won't be safe for adherents for decades, even if she wins. Gods help us all.
Okay.
Envoy? Is it really you?
Your boss is back.
Mihala told us you went into some place called the Garden to seek a god?
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
What did you see there? The god you felt in Nakutadek?
It's too preposterous to believe. How could a plague be ended by speaking with a god?
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let them speak.
It's been weeks, Envoy. What happened?
I discharged my duty to the Emperor. I ended the Dream Scourge.
Finally, a ray of sunlight shines through the storm cloud.
I also freed a god.
I will not grovel at the envoy's feet for solving a plague I am not convinced was real.
Consider yourself blessed to be so ignorant, then. Thirdborn lost more good people than wardens with wits.
You know nothing of me or my people, you fucking pirate!
All right, Nahala.
Lord and Commander, look around you. Is this really the time?
We believe the Dream Scourge was a malady of the soul. How did you put an end to it, Envoy?
I met the god of the living lands and freed them.
Sapadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their confusion, their fear.
So you say. But Shatterscarp is still littered with dream thralls, and Temerty is still pacing her room, muttering in the dark.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. We can give them comfort, nothing more.
Okay, I was
This
about
will
to
be a
feel real
process.
guilty.
The Dream Scourge was never going to simply go away overnight.
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that a quick fix is often anything but. What of this god, then? What does it mean that you freed them?
Sapadal is the god of the godless and the god of the living lands.
Ludwig had intimated that this land grew a new god. But how can that be?
Giata and I have some theories about the nature of the Adra in the living lands.
I'd say we're past the point of theorizing.
If the Adra here is a closed system, like a terrarium for our souls, then a gradual accumulation of essence could coalesce into a being in the beyond.
Much like the formation of gemstones. All it takes is time and the right application of pressure.
Wodka no doubt saw Sapadal as a threat to her authority. So, she killed the godless and imprisoned their god.
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the roots tearing apart Paradise? They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
Yep.
Nakutadek was riven with those things, not to mention what they did to the land.
Similar roots had infected the structures at Naku Kubel. If they and the Dream Scourge were really the work of a god, and the gods thought it best to imprison this god, how could you let such a creature go free?
I could no more leave a young god to rot in a cage than I could a kith child.
Altruism is fertile ground for folly, I've found.
It was Adir's arrival that disturbed Sapadal. We'll have nothing to fear from this god once we expel you from our land.
Let's calm down, all right?
Having Sapadal at our beck and call might be to our advantage. I'd like to see Rawatai try to stand
Calm down.
toe-to-toe against a god.
Hey, calm down.
Keeping watch over Sapodal was a sacred task Nandru gave us when he left. For that reason alone, my wardens owe them their allegiance.
Nandru kind of hated
Well,
Sapodal, though.
whatever happens, I suppose we can't put the godling back in the bottle now.
Not really.
But come, we have more pressing matters to attend to. The Steel Garrote have attacked Paradise. Inquisitor Ludwine has already joined the battle. She must have traveled like the wind to get here so fast.
I distinctly remember killing Ludwine on top of Mount Forja. What did you know about this attack, Ambassador?
Well, you might not believe me, but I didn't want any of this to happen. It was Ludwine who called for the attack.
I didn't hear an answer, Ambassador.
She and her Steel Garrote laid siege to the city shortly after you beat her to the garden.
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking. Just to be sure.
Well, she's seen better days.
Right.
But you wouldn't know it, judging by how she fights.
Ludwine's run through the militia like a whirlwind.
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
No matter where I go in Aora, she's already there waiting for me.
A bit like you're being haunted, isn't it? Or cursed. But that's your affair. So long as her passion for Wodica lives, so too will her spirit.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest of her will follow.
That's a little
I have
harsh.
a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to hear it. But I think we can kill her.
Oh, good. That will be easy.
It is not, I think, impossible.
I couldn't agree more.
We have to go stop
Ludwine
her.
has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send advisors and reinforcements swiftly in response. What will his representatives find when they arrive? A new colony? A budding grave room?
A Gruffum is an Adirian system of government where the Empire oversees their vassal territory with minimal supervision. The vassal receives military aid and orderly government, and the Empire receives taxes, resources, and conscripted soldiers.
Before you face Ludwine, you should know what you're fighting for. All of you must decide, together. But whatever you decide, understand, the days of the frontier are done. Adir will come. Indeed, we are already here.
They're already there. Why are you and I involved in this decision, Hilgard?
I know why.
You have seen more of this land and met more of its people than any of us. Your opinion is informed. You were empowered by the Emperor himself to investigate an impossible problem. And against the odds, you solved it. You are the close personal friend of a rogue god. And in our dealings together, I found you to be a person of substance and conviction. But mostly, it's because you're Adiran, so I trust you. And these fine people here are going to do whatever they
I already
like
had
if
the
they don't
shirt.
agree with you anyway.
I'm not familiar with Gruffum. How does it work?
The Living Lands would retain its own laws under a grave appointed by the Emperor.
Ruler of a Gruffum.
The grave would be expected to promote and develop the Living Lands to our mutual benefit. They would divide the island into administrative districts and see them governed by mayors appointed from the local communities. The island would provide tribute in the form of resources and taxes, and in times of war, soldiers. The Empire, I should note, is nearly always at war.
Yes.
In return, the Living Lands would enter Adir's sphere of influence, and should outside nations attempt to invade, we would come to
Like
the Grave Room's
Ralatai.
aid.
Who would be our grave?
Naturally,
Grave.
that would be the Emperor's decision. But I suspect he would choose you. Only the strong survive the frontier. I used to believe that was Ludwig. But you were born to rule here. Quite literally.
This is a lot to take in.
Well, give the matter some thought. You owe that much to yourself, at least.
I assume the assembled leaders have thoughts.
We give up our fighters and the wealth of our lands, and get promises in return. But we have wealth enough to give some away, if it means my wardens may return to their vigil in peace.
A grave room wouldn't be my first choice, but we're going to need a hand with all the dream thralls left in Shatterscarp.
Okay.
So if the Emperor's willing to pitch in, then I guess so am I.
That's kind of...
With the
this
dream
kind of feels
scourge
good.
ended, my people can soon return to Fior. If a renewed animancy could easily feed the island, I suppose we could send Adir what's left.
Yeah.
But when lean times come, who will we feed first? Ourselves or the Empire?
Turn inward opinion, stop it all?
Subtle, pernicious, cut the rot, yet the disease remains. Safety among spiders. A web gleaming with dew. They weave, they wait.
Tribute, he says. Taxes, soldiers. The Empire has tried it all before. Look to the Eastern Reach if you don't believe me.
A good point.
They want to bleed us dry, to fill their coffers and fight their wars, to break us like wild animals. But I will not bend.
It's still a gamble, but I think it's the safest bet. We get the benefits of Imperial trade and protection without losing all of what makes this place special. There's no way of knowing what it would mean in another generation or two. But right now, it gives us the security and stability to recover.
Yep.
We were fine before Adir showed up, and we'll be fine when they're gone. Trust the lands and her people, Envoy.
If we give Adir power over us, we can't be surprised if they decide to flex it later.
Tell me about the other possibilities. What would becoming a colony entail?
The Living Lands would become an extension of the Adiran Empire in leadership and law. Soldiers bearing the flag of Adir would be garrisoned in every town. They would be paid in Adiran shelling and speak only the Adiran language.
Yuck.
Their roads would be smooth Adiran roads. Their medicine would be hygienic Adiran medicine. And their weapons would be efficient Adiran weapons. Our customs would become their customs. Our strengths would become their strengths. Our emperor would become their emperor. Turned toward a common purpose. No one, not Rawatai, not the Valian republics, not even a rogue god, would dare attack the Living Lands. This island would be safe for the first time in its history. And safe it would remain.
Yeah... no.
Of course.
What about a united Living Lands?
Oh, Envoy, no. Do not suggest that lightly. Think of the Emperor. There would be reprisals. Ones which this conclave could not survive, fractured as you are. Not unless you came together and formed a nation of your own. It would be difficult. No, impossible. I'm certain you would fail. Think of your people, all of you. Think of the lives at stake.
I assume the assembled leaders have thoughts.
Though I'm hardly eager to work with any of you. I like the idea of twisting beneath Adir's boot heel, even less. So long as the Wardens can continue our vigil. I'm open to uniting, if you are.
Thirdborn alone couldn't stand against the storm. But the might of all of us, together, we could deter any but the most fearsome adversaries. And that's what cannons are for.
With the Envoy's support, we'd have a god in our pocket. What could the Empire do to stop us? When my people return to Fior, we could create such miracles of animancy, the Living Lands would become the breadbasket of the world.
Well, that could become... well, let's hear the opinions.
Rest into bounty. Does the winter frost dissuade the seeds? Many fruits on our boughs. We graft many leaves into strength.
We deserve our autonomy, even if we must fight for it.
Everyone really thinking
Anything
you got a
less
god
would
on
be
a leash
surrender.
just because you freed him.
Freeing
Yeah,
someone else's laws and authority is one thing. Setting up your own is another.
exactly.
We're an island of misfits and dissidents. We'll still have to surrender some of our autonomy, and we won't agree on what that means overnight.
If we do the
We'll be
Greffon,
vulnerable. Without allies,
I'm able to
other powers will
stay
see
in
us as ripe
somewhat
for the picking.
control.
Know that this is a hard road to walk.
We were fine before Adir came. We'll be fine when they're gone.
I think we ran things perfectly fine before your kin got here.
That's not really right. I've heard enough, though.
Well, let's not twiddle our thumbs while Paradise burns.
I think we should attempt a Greffon.
A fine compromise.
So long as my wardens are left in peace, we will endure a grave rum.
Thirdborn will support a grave room, unless the Empire inspires us to change our minds.
A grave room, then, if we must. And God's willing, Fjord will feed the world.
I do not trust your empire to show restraint in its control of the living lands. Gods help us.
We can worry about the future when it comes. This at least gives us the backing to survive and rebuild.
Right. Might as well go ahead and start designing those rebel flags sooner rather than later.
Good. We'll have perhaps a whole week of peace before the yoke starts chafing.
Okay, but a week is better
Do my level
than
best to
nothing.
convince the Emperor to accept a grave room. That leaves the matter of Ludwine and the Steel Garrote. She will never surrender, Envoy.
If we take
You
the
must
Steel
kill
Garrote
her,
away from
or we will
Adir,
lose
though, they lose a
Paradise,
lot of power.
And eventually, the island.
Then I will defeat Ludwine on the battlefield. Let no man stand who tries to stop me. I will defend Paradise with my life, even if it means the wheel.
Whatever happens to the living lands, at least I can kill Ludwine. I'll take that over nothing.
Thank you.
She better say her goodbyes while she can.
I'm proud to fight at your side, Envoy. One last time.
Let's get to work then. We've got a walking corpse to bury.
The Paradise militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future waits for you.
Thank you all for trusting me.
Thank you for deserving it. Now, go and teach the Steel Garrote a lesson they will never forget.
Show them that the living lands will not be broken across Vodka's knee.
We will send reinforcements to help you reclaim the Eastern Gate. From there, work your way to the main plaza.
When did you become a military strategist?
Let's just say this is not my first brush with a tyrannical authority, though. I pray it is my last. May all the gods of Eora and the living lands protect you.
Let's take back the city. Whatever happens tomorrow, the Steel Garrote can only make it worse.
Time to stop the Steel Garrote. Lead the way, Envoy.
Woo! Alright, we gotta go yap. We gotta go yap. Okay. And I gotta go piss girl. Alright. So a Greyfum is a petition to become a vassal. Why not just call it that? No, a Greyfum is a colony, well, yeah, it is the thing to become a vassal, but that's for me. But it does put it essentially under Adir, like, taxation, but they get goods coming in from Adir. And then, I don't know, other stuff. I'll be right back. I'm gonna run like a minute and 30 ad. Yeah. That's vassalage. I didn't know that. And we're back, you two.
My mind. The reckoning is long overdue.
You're gonna give them a lot more than a piece of your mind. Save some for the rest of us.
Odd fighting alongside the militia, but it feels right. Like we're fighting for the survival of the lands.
How many times do we have to teach the Steel Garrote this lesson?
I think Marius is gonna be a little upset.
You should get some sleep.
Oh, maybe not.
Big day coming up.
I see you're still up. I will, I'm just checking on everyone.
Well, I'm just fine. More or less. I've been in a lot of dangerous situations, but it's always been a fight to survive. It's just a fight. Putting my life on the line for someone else's cause. It's the opposite of survival. It's foolishness.
I've been fighting for my cause all this time. Why is this different?
You helped me through some rough Sokka, Envoy. Your cause became my cause at that point. We're about to go out there and risk our lives for, what? A concept of how things ought to be? We might die, all to determine who sleeps in the nicest house in Paradise until the island decides it's time for a change. It's fine, really. But it's some blessed day Sokka when you think about it.
Glad you're with me, Marius.
Right. Careful you don't get stuck in all that sap. I'll be all right, Envoy. You go get some blessed day rest.
Can't sleep? Neither can I.
How do I kill Ludwig?
We're going into battle for the soul of the living lands. Rallying under the banners of the Paradise militia.
I'm back, but very
Your emperor
EP.
will not be pleased.
I have influence in court. My report on the living lands will change minds.
Political influence is dangerous. If you aren't careful, it can turn against you. When a godlike fights in battle, people take note of which side. The Adirans will doubt your loyalty. The locals will doubt your commitment. You may even doubt yourself. This is the first time you were told to pick a side. And I fear it won't be the last.
The living lands accepted me for who I am. I can't forget that.
All we ask in return is that you do the same for us. From what I understand, your ambassador is very persuasive, very powerful, and very accustomed to getting his way. For a politician like him, losing a battle is not a defeat. It's an opportunity.
Ideally.
When he promises you the world, don't listen. He'll fill your head with lies if you let him.
Oh, I'm not worried about. Thanks for the warning, though.
I'm glad we understand each other. It's good to see you fighting for the misfits and rabble-rousers.
Not worried about Hildegard.
Time for you to get some rest. We have a big day ahead of us.
Are you worried about the outcome of the siege?
Is it really that obvious? No matter who wins or loses, the living lands won't be the same.
Lie to him.
In my heart, I know that's a good thing. Life is impossible without change. And change can be frightening. I just want to put this behind us. I want it to be over. In
We're gonna
truth,
cross paths with Ludwig
I'm not
again.
as worried as I used to be. I've been thinking about the Inquisitor. Formulating a theory, you might say. A Death Guard clings to their existence by force of will. Stubbornness, unfinished business, that sort of thing. Ludwig is held together by faith. And that may be her undoing.
Because Sapadal challenged her faith.
Precisely. Faith is the foundation of her reality. Faith in the righteousness of the gods.
She's no different from the
But
Mad
according
folk.
to her faith, Sapadal
Dipsy,
should
your
not
hair
exist.
looks longer today?
A new god independent of hers? Blasphemy. By that logic, you shouldn't exist either. And yet here you are.
How do I use that to my advantage?
By staying alive, of course. You are the godlike of a heretical god. A contradiction to her reality. Can you imagine how much she needs you to die? Her entire worldview depends on it. Who knows? Maybe that uncertainty is enough to make her mortal again. Or maybe not. I'm just theorizing as I go.
I styled it with
Whatever
not
happens,
a lot of time today.
I want to see it for myself. For the research.
How do you feel about the
When
future?
I agreed to travel with you, I didn't think I'd find myself at the center of a political upheaval. And now the Living Lands is dependent on the Empire's generosity. Generosity which can be given and taken away. We're free to make
I am
our
getting
own
close
laws
to the end. That's why
until
everyone's
our dear
yapping.
masters revoke them. We're free to thrive until our taxes finance your next war, with our people padding the front lines. We're free until we're not. At the end of the day, I don't trust the Empire to show restraint with the living lands. They've done nothing to earn it.
Thanks for your honesty.
What's done is done. No point in faking a smile.
Yeah, I did kind of
If I
play my
must.
cards. Where's Kai?
Just say the word.
Ah, he doesn't want to talk. It's okay.
So the living lands
Oh.
is finally joining the rest of the world. Part of me will miss the frontier days, but the comforts of civilization will be nice.
Don't get too comfortable in that soft bed, Amaku. There'll always be someone to pull you out of it.
I call it colonization by another name. Freedom within limits. A contradiction if I ever heard of one.
Now that Adir has been given an inch, they'll soon take a mile.
Or we'll just take it back, like the Deerwood and Raed Saris.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, we should focus on the battle ahead. Ludwig's the real enemy.
I mean, that's kind of the thing. Think I'm gonna take a 1 hour nap. Well, just a quick heads up, gamers. I'm gonna finish this game today, and depending on when Aaron gets home, I'm probably gonna wrap up early because he is not at the house. For the next couple of, or well, since yesterday and tonight. I miss our boy. Been house sitting. Haven't had any time to just really like just chill. Just relax. Can't tell if we're gonna finish up. Ooh. I can't tell if we're gonna finish up. Hey, the
The ogre
Tiranui.
has been an absolute menace to the Steel Gorilla.
Our ogre
I mean,
friend?
good. If anyone deserves to be menaced, it's them. But keep your voice down, will you? I don't want
What
him to
is it?
realize I'm
I don't know
here
if we're
and
gonna finish
introduce me to his
Daredevil
club.
or if we're going to.
Oh, it's you again.
Do
you follow trouble around
play
or is
Phoenix
it vice
Wright? I
versa?
kind of want to play Phoenix Wright.
What are you doing here? Do you want something?
I'm just doing something. You don't need to fear the ogre. He won't harm you.
You know that ogre?
Yeah, he's
Well,
my
I
guy.
can't tell who
He's
that's
my
a
dude, my
harsher
bro.
indictment of, you or him. Not who I'd pick to be friends with, but beggars can't be choosers, can they?
They can't.
No offense to Paradise, but I think I'm ready to go home now.
Yeah, like Thirdborn's so much better. Well, come out here if you're gonna hide when the fighting starts. You are without a doubt the worst Tiranui I've ever heard of.
It's not like I was thrilled about coming out here in the first place.
Hope you get to spend more
Folks
time with
seem
him.
to think that as
Yeah,
a
things are
Tiranui,
starting to
it was
chill
my
back out. He's got a
duty
more
to fight.
consistent
I
schedule. Car stuff's all
disagreed, but
dealt with, I
was
think.
overruled. Well, seems like you're busy, and I've really got to get back to hiding.
Things are
so
starting to get back to a
good luck, Envoy.
relative
If you need
normality.
me, please don't.
Except for the storms and the tornadoes, so you know, just keeping an eye on that. We'll deal with it when we get there.
Get back! I'm with you!
Let's finish this.
Buy candles for if lights go out. Yeah. And make sure we have all the water all set up and everything.
Anyone?
Yeah, like I think it was like last year we had like a really bad tornado that knocked out power for a couple of days, but all right. Rockor,
Let the worst come. I am ready.
my friend, we cured like his like lung stuff.
Let's get it under attack!
Oh, look at him go! Yes! That's my friend! You ain't a part of Adir.
One for you!
Good.
much damage does the bear do?
Nicely done. No good.
Give him just as good.
Aw, is that the whole team? Because Marius is with us. Yeah, Marius and Yahtzee. So it is the whole team.
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Oh, Grocker.
Let the worst come. I am ready.
Let's break this stuff down. Oh, we're slow walking.
Kai, weapons ready.
Oh, because I let Ranger Dorso live? That was epic.
You're gonna regret this.
Ow! What's up, Baldwin? I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. It's been a minute.
Not bad, envoy.
Welcome to the end of Avowed.
On your right.
Go ahead. I'll hang back and watch the gate.
Envoy.
Juliana?
We've got company.
No! I wanted to hear Juliana's dialogue! You... That was my girl!
Never have it done.
Okay, can you talk to me again, Juliana?
I thought you left town weeks ago.
No. I would never leave. The Steel Garrote has gone too far. I'm here to put a stop to it.
About time. You're the only one Ludwig will listen to.
Is everyone from Mermaid's Den all right?
Of course. We came here first. I had to pull Nasha away from pouring hot oil off the roof. Listen, one of the Garot's units is scouting up ahead, maybe 5 strong. I wouldn't want to fight them if I were you. Take this key. It'll unlock the gate to the canals. You can thank the captain who forgot it.
Never change, Juliana.
Why should I? It's always worked before. I wish someone had stood up to the Steel Garot a long time ago. But, well, you're here now. That's what matters. Good luck.
My God. I love you, Juliana. Fare thee well. Hi, Sapiento.
Envoy. I doubted I'd
Aww.
ever see you again. I imagine I could guess what brings you back to Paradise. I must thank you once again for bringing me the Luminous Adra so long ago.
I'm glad I could help. How did your experiment go?
Oh, it was wonderful.
Great.
It was a complete failure, of course. But from that failure, I learned much. With some creative exploration, I was able to refine the Adra into a poultice that heals wounds at a fantastic rate.
Can see why that might come in handy in the next several days.
Yes, one almost has the inkling that danger lurks around the corner. I know you have much to do in town, so I'll let you go. Thank you again for everything.
Bye, Sapiento. Elora.
I'd like to see the Garot take Paradise from us.
We should go now, while the fighting's died down.
Can you not hear the screaming outside?
Cademan?
Envoy, am I ever glad to see you?
Oh, the little guy we saved. Oh. Alright. We're not done yet, chat. We're not done yet. We have the canal key.
They're coming.
This one's mine.
Yep, we gotta go.
Nice.
Would you cut your shit out? Yeah. I mean, the key is the canal, right?
I'm hit!
How dare you!
Nice shot.
Oh. Good Paradise people. Oh, this was the canal key. Ugh. I just don't know where to freaking go. Oh, it's Liviana.
What exactly do you think you're doing?
Well,
Liviana, don't you ever take a break?
You nearly died in my clinic. Correction, you did die. And now look at you, fighting the Steel Garot. What have you got to say for yourself?
Nice to see you too, Liviana.
Well, at least you're alive. Try and keep it that way. Kai, is this your doing?
Come on. I couldn't have kept her out of the action if I wanted to.
I knew you were a bad influence. We're patching up folks as best we can, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. War is a damn bloody mess.
Very few have what it takes to survive. Anything I can do to help?
Yeah, stop the fighting. I can't say I approve of you leaping into the fray, but it's always nice catching up with a former patient. Wait a second. Jada? Jada Castell? What are you doing in the middle of this?
Surviving. It's good to see you, Liviana. Unfortunately, we're on a tight schedule. Do you need anything? Money, supplies?
Once this is over, I could always use another pair of hands at the clinic. The invitation's still open.
Believe it or not, I'm going back to Fior Mesiverno. Things are going to be different this time.
I didn't even know they knew each
Can
other.
you manage without me?
Are you kidding? I'm happy for you. Besides, I've got Chico on bandage duty. I just wanted you to know there's a place here whenever you want it. Gods be with you, Envoy. For my sake, try not to die a second time.
Come on. You know this. You practiced with Uncle Capo 100 times. I may not be a hero, but I can still save somebody's life.
Magronite prayer. Fear not the flames of conflict, for they shape all things. Through your strength, she makes her will manifest. Walk in her light, and you will find peace. Giada wants to talk? Baby. Honey, we can't keep doing this. I gotta get a game to finish. Oh my god. Hold up. Is that...
Found you.
What the hell? Is that a Macfolk? A giant Macfolk? Oh, sorry. Didn't know.
Try that again.
Go up. I can take care of the plaza on my own.
You've got
Mordecai
sharpshooter,
demands
Giada.
your submission. Stand against her and fall.
That's Ludwig ahead. I've got your back. Now and after.
Alright, we're back to 16 health potions. Chat, this is it. This is the marbles. Hello
There
there.
you are.
So, you survived the garden. Did you come all this way just to try your luck again? To kill me more efficiently than last time?
Ludwig, I don't want to kill you. I just want this to end. Died twice by my count. Maybe the third time's his charm.
Our
I'll say it.
conflict was foretold the moment you were born. You can no more avoid it than I can die. Look around, Envoy. Heelguard should have listened. He tried to bring order through compromise. He failed. Order is meant to be imposed by a stern, guiding hand.
Her order wields sharp steel. She must set down her blade.
Negotiations were a success. The living lands will be in Adiran Grapham.
Heelguard is a fool if he thinks half measures will save the island. When this is over, I'll instruct him, personally. As for you, Sapadal's chains are broken, which means your soul is in their grasp. I don't know how deeply you've been compromised, Envoy. And if I don't know, then I cannot suffer you to live.
As usual, you're leaping to conclusions about something you barely understand. Sounds like you've already made up your mind about me.
Judgment has been passed. Now comes the sentence. Steel yourself, Envoy. Make this a fight to remember, even in death.
Did I mess up?
We would not welcome her death. There is still ample shade for her beneath our tree.
I won't fight you, Ludwig. I don't need to.
You will. You must. You have no choice. Face me and die with honor. Or fall to your knees and die as a coward. How you die doesn't matter, but you will die. Every vestige of Sapadal must be wiped from this earth. The Burned Queen demands it.
We are a challenge to her authority. She is afraid of what we mean.
Woedica's frightened of Sapadal. They exist outside of her power, a new heir to the throne of the gods. If Woedica's as powerful as she claims, why doesn't she kill me herself? Kill me as many times as you want. Through Sapadal, I defy death.
So long as the true gods reign, there is nothing that has lived that cannot be made to die. Sapadal cannot protect you forever. Not from the Burned Queen. And not from me. You are an aberration. And by the logic of our world, you should not exist. And I will make sure of it. Hear me, Envoy. I am the avatar of the Burned Queen, the goddess of retribution. I am her sword arm, her will in the world. And so long as I can fight, I will be her champion.
But she failed to ensnare the living lands, and we are free. How long until Woedica finds a new avatar?
You say that you are Woedica's will and that my god is weak, yet you couldn't stop me. Woedica tested you again and again, and in the end you failed her.
Temporary setbacks. The war for the living lands can still be won. And if I must stand alone against you, the militia, and every farmer you've given a sword, then I will. I will die 1,000 times
the cope
for
on
my
the skeleton,
queen,
right?
If that's what she desires. I've done all that I could. She sees that. She must. I believed we were alike, Envoy. That when the time came for you to prove your loyalty, you would choose Adir. I believed the dream of our future, of our resurgent empire, would move you as it does me. And if that failed, I believed the Burn Queen would stop you. Yet here you stand before me, my enemy.
unopposed by the gods. Why?
The worm of doubt gnaws at her soul. Where was Wodica when she needed her most? Where is she now?
Do I have it? Wodica left you to do it all on your own. Now she's punishing you for failing her. It's not fair. Look around you, Ludwig. The Steel Garrote are dead and you are alone, just like always. We'll do
The Burned Queen has always had my back against the world.
She's left her alone.
I don't need anything else. I can still prevail. I must.
She's not coming to save you. It's just you against the entire living lands.
I feel her fire in me. I know I do.
Do you?
Wodica, my lady! Where are you?
No answer.
She doesn't love you anymore if she ever did.
No! It's not true!
Shame. Suffocating shame.
This is... You doubt.
Stop! I can't!
Give up, Ludwig. It's over.
No! 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 Forgive me! Wodica!
The bend, the ragdoll wasn't fair. I'll be honest. That was kind of funny, but... Oh...
Wherever Ludwig is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done for, but we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together.
Gods, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Unraveled at last. We no longer feel her wire against our flesh. We are free always. We are free forever.
Chat, it's time to see if we sit in the chair.
Silence falls over Paradise, as though the city is holding its breath. Then you hear it. The ringing of a distant bell.
Didn't revive us
the
again.
waving of
Saren's still
banners,
better.
and
Saren's
cheers
a
of
really
victory.
good villain.
After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. You feel Sapadal close to your thoughts, stirring with interest. The god of the living lands is observing this moment, unfettered by confusion or fear. For the first time in centuries, they understand. The Paradise militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The Dream Scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the plague came from a power beyond mortal understanding, and how it is finally at peace. With your guidance, the Living Lands becomes a vassal of the Adiran Empire. In exchange for their taxes and soldiers, the free settlements are protected from future attacks. The fight for survival is over. You showed the rebels of Paradise mercy, but they can never trust the Empire. Instead, they keep to the wilderness, always 2 steps ahead of Adir, only attacking when provoked. That is as close as they come to peace. The refugees of Emerald Stair resettle in Thirdborn, bringing their skills and research to aid the local community. What starts as an uneasy partnership blossoms into a bond of trust. Through shared adversity, they find common ground. In time, the people of Emerald Stair return to their city of Fior Messiverno. Animancy still has a place in the Living Lands, but the Empire's disapproval gets in the way of progress. Their work is slow, but unstoppable.
That's Pog, though.
After so much chaos, the people of Shatterscarp find a moment to breathe. As a gesture of goodwill to its grave room, Adir sends a regiment to purge the remaining dream thralls still haunting the wilderness. But with the sound of Adiran cannons in the air, many Thirdborners wonder what their lives will look like when there is no longer a common enemy. After the Living Lands is declared a vassal of Adir, Solace Keep reluctantly opens the doors of its fortress, though not before numerous missives are sent to Mihala demanding the grave room be honored. Her reluctance costs the dwarves. The Pargrunen are never favored in trade negotiations, and are the last to be supplied by Adiran caravans. But the Wardens have rounder bellies than anyone can remember. When Kai leaves the Living Lands, he is no longer running. For the first time in many years, he can face the future.
No.
He returns to Rauatai, committed to peace for his people, those he left in Rauatai, as well as those he found in the Living Lands. He joins the Ronganui's council, counterbalancing powerful voices of isolationism and hawkishness. It is a long and difficult battle, and he is happy to fight it. But the most unexpected boon of Kai's adventures is the romance that blossoms with the envoy. He'd thought his chance at love died with Tama. But after the envoy helped him accept that loss, he realized he'd found another chance with someone who saw him, knew him, and loved him as he was. He wouldn't let this one pass him by. With many of his anxieties and lifelong fears addressed, Marius now feels very differently than he did when he first met the envoy. Still far more comfortable in the wilds than among people, he nonetheless finds that his worries about the unknown were merely self-protection against the traumas of his childhood. Armed with this knowledge, he finds himself more capable of living in civilization, and far less fearful of his home in Galawain's tusks. While he never regains his former place as a warden of Solace, he spends his time traveling between Solace and Thirdborn, acting as a stubborn ambassador between the two. Giada returns to Fior Messiverno. Her boldness sparks a wildfire of new ideas, and the community accepts her with open arms. Thanks to her, many assumptions about animancy are challenged. Giada rediscovers her home, rebuilds her community, and cherishes every moment in the company of friends and colleagues. In a past life, Yatsley was given a task: protect the history and knowledge of the godless. Now, many lifetimes later, she continues upholding that oath. She moves into the library in the garden, spending her days poring over the clay tablets there. But not even the letters from, and rare visit to, her lover help ease the loneliness that fills her days.
It makes me a little
Freed
sad,
from
but...
torment for the first time in centuries, Sapadal turns their prodigious curiosity to the people that shaped them. They observe the ways their people live, and they think deeply about what they see. Though they flinch away from moments of violence, and they grieve souls returned to them too soon, the rage that once shook cities to rubble no longer rules them. Instead, they come to you with questions. They want to understand. After a time, they begin tentatively to garden. Where they can, they improve the lives of Kith, and the suffering that troubled them is reduced, if never fully eradicated. Their grief compels them to love, and they love unreservedly, with the power of a god. Sapadal has questions about what happens tomorrow, and the day after. You do your best to keep them calm, until the voice in your head is little more than a polite whisper. After everything you've been through, you don't mind the company. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie.
Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.
I have to wait because this stinking ad decided to run. And we're back, YouTube. I'm just talking about how this game's amazing. I didn't expect those from the beginning of the game to come back. Like Juliana was such a pleasant surprise. Oh, that was literally the last thing too. Oh. I'll fast forward it. Pause to read your credits. Or put it in slow-mo. It's on 32 speeds. They deserve all the accreditation they deserve. I'm excited. I hope it shows my playtime. What an amazing game. Yeah, like, I literally... Yeah, what a great game. Wow. That was awesome. That was awesome. I haven't read lore that consistently in a game, I feel like, in such a long time, and I'm a huge lore reader. Like, it was fun, it felt impactful, it felt needed to understand the context of the world in some cases, even though the dialogue thing would do it anyway when you pressed X. Like, the people you would interact with at the beginning in the game would impact decisions into the second act and third. Like there would be notes that you would find that would tell you about this thing that you did innocuously was done by another faction. There's probably so much I missed because I didn't play an intelligent person. I played a gun-toting court augur, mystical as can be. But what are they gonna do about a gun? You know, what are spirits and enemies gonna do about a gun? Makes me wonder about the Pillars of Eternity games. This is a spin-off, right? It is. So it's established in the same world of Aora, and is a sequel to Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, in which is hosted in the Deadfire Archipelago, which is mentioned throughout the entirety of this game. It's actually, like, that's where Kai is from. And it's, oh, it was so good. That was so good. Those games are very cool. And they're updating the first one to give it turn-based mode. They are? I didn't even know that. Maybe we go. Maybe we come back a little bit. Or I do that in my off time. Because I think this is the most I've ever read in a game. Alright, and gamers, we ended our playtime at 2 days, 22 hours, and 13 minutes. Give or take 4 hours because of paused recordings and other assorted items. I definitely have a better chance to play it if it's turn-based. Yeah, I've owned Pillars of Eternity forever, but I did have a hard time with, like, the real-time aspect of it. It was so good! It was so good! Where do I put it? Where do I put it? Better than Dragon Age the Veilguard. Better than my experience with Metaphor ReFantazio. And it's not fair to compare Metaphor, I would say, to this game by any means, because they're completely different. One's a JRPG, one's a first-person RPG, right? Like, but, oh man. Yeah. This brought me into its world so easily, so quickly in the first act of the game. It's on Game Pass. If you are looking for a good RPG experience, gamers, I could not recommend this game more. I would recommend it over the games of that started it all for me. like Dragon Age and Mass Effect. I would play those after the fact, don't worry. But, like, this was short and sweet, but long in the ways that it needed to be. Ayo, But, well, sorry, weird cough. Whoa, whoa. Calm down. Great game. Some people think they can outsmart me. Maybe. I've yet to meet one who can outsmart a bullet. Mild's Court Augur, Reyna. Our sweet, sweet Reyna. And, like, this is the story game that's, like, I want to play it again. I am gonna quote that. Because that was the entirety of this game. Elwood. If there were anything I'd say that could have been improved upon, I think maybe the customization to your character, how much expression you have. I think there could have been some more armors that looked different. Maybe they like fit differently, some more like feminine armors. I want to look pretty, okay? Oh my god. I think that maybe, I mean, it honestly wasn't that big of a deal to me that I couldn't put a bucket over somebody's head or I couldn't steal, right? I stole enough, you know? We were taking food from the starving in the game. Like, there was theft, it just didn't have the impact. And it's like, do you really need it? Because all your choices are gonna be impacted in the long run by the ending. Or you're like, all your choices lead up to the ending, in which there's so many variations to the way it could have gone. I could have sided with Ludwig. There is actually like a thing where it's like you can side with Ludwig, and I think she can just hang you because she didn't trust you. Like, you could do everything right with her, but she still betrays you at the end because of the commitment to Wodeka's like killing of the Ikeda. Always wanted to try this one. How's the replayability? I could play it completely differently from the way that I just played it, JR2D2. I could play it as a wizard with a wand or a grimoire toting individual. I took Kai with me the entirety of the game, the whole time. And he never left the party. That could be swapped out with anyone, and Kai always had something to say. Like, letting your companions have input to the choices that you make and everything. It was perfect! I haven't felt like this with an RPG in a long time. I haven't gotten that from essentially since Dragon Age Inquisition, and I still prefer Dragon Age 2 and Origins above that. I think Mass Effect 2 and 3 and the first one are even more above that, and it's like, this does it in a way that's comparable. It's not comparable, they're made by the same company, but like Fallout New Vegas was the last time I kind of felt like that freedom to become whatever the character in this world was. On the first day I started playing the game, I made a decision for my character, talking to the doc person, that I knew Ludwig from the past. And you can choose to say you didn't know who Ludwig was. You could say you were a lover. You were her lover. She was your mentor. You could have said so many things, and that impacts all the way throughout the game, the interactions that they share. And it's so cool. And it's like, next time, I'm absolutely saying I'm her lover. Like, how messy does that get? I need it. Oh, and here's the thing. I don't know if Kai was the only one you could end up in a romance with. Who knows? Maybe Giada? I don't even know. Maybe Marius? Probably not. Marius seemed to more focus on friendship and more like platonic relationships. And I respect that, because that's cool. All of the characters, all of your companions were different and unique and awesome. So yeah. I would highly recommend this game. If I were to give it a mild rating of 2 days, 22 hours, and 13 minutes enjoyed, man, hope you enjoyed as much as I did. And that, chat, is where we say our goodbyes to YouTube. YouTube, your next game on the agenda will be Bloodborne, getting us ready for the spiritual successor, of Duskbloods. It's time. Thanks for the journey, Miles. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out and watching, y'all. This was amazing. I needed that. It was, I could cry. Like, you know that feeling when you finish a game and you're like, no, give me more. Well, I've got good news for you. There will be more. Outer Worlds 2. And I could not be more excited. More gunplay? Let's bring it in, baby. But without further ado, chat, say your goodbyes to YouTube. I am gonna stop that recording. When I see the first goodbye in chat, that is when I'm gonna start bidding farewell. Bloodborne is next. We'll be starting it on Sunday. Potion count, I ended on 13, I think. I did not go below 10 though, because we didn't have to fight Ludwig. So, YouTube, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.